Reiki for your heart's desire. I thought I would share with you all today before we get started on our Reiki intentions. One of the many things that I have on my wall in front of me when I'm sitting at my desk. This is the Reiki prayer and the Reiki principles. May this Reiki be for the highest good, for the harm of none, and for the benefit of all. May the healing that takes place be complete and permanent on all levels of being. And if anyone does not wish to receive this Reiki, may it be sent to the earth. Reiki principles for today: do not anger. For today, do not worry. For today, be grateful. For today, work diligently. And for today, be kind to others. As we connect with our heart's desires today, may we remember the Reiki prayer. May this Reiki be for the good of all and the harm of none. And may we remember the Reiki principles. Do not anger, and do not worry. So our heart's desire is a wide open category. Some of us, when we hear the words, what is your heart's desire? What are your heart's desires? We could probably name off 20 things that we're working on right now. For others of us, we're not used to being asked that question. It's not even a door that's been opened to us. So we're almost confused by the concept of asking what our heart's desire is. There's so much noise around us in the have-to-dos that we don't even take the time to stop and listen and ask. Heart, what do you want? So that's what we're going to do here at the start of the healing. So if you have no idea what your heart's desires are, what your heart's desire is, or if you have way too many things, we're going to start this session with some tuning in. So I invite you to get into a comfortable position, whether that's seated with your back straight, whether that's lying flat with your back straight and your knees propped up on pillows, whether you are taking a walk as you're listening and participating in this healing. Whatever position you're in, I encourage you to consciously and confidently get your spine straight from your tailbone to the base of the skull. And as your back is straight, I want you to see in your mind's eye good, healthy, happy, regenerative energy moving up and down the spine. You could even tune into the spinal fluid. You might feel a tingle or two. You might see colors. You might feel a warmth in a certain part of your body. All of that is just a sign that the Reiki energy is flowing and the healing has begun. So as you bask in that Reiki flow, and specifically tuning in today to the spine, I want you to allow your physical body to truly relax and know that Reiki energy is here to support you and hold you steady. And that's symbolized in this connection between the tailbone and the base of the skull, the connecting points of the spine from the top to the bottom. And as you're consciously and spiritually and emotionally tapped into this deep sense of support, place one hand on your gut, on your belly, and one hand on your heart. And just give it a little rub to warm up. Maybe you're breathing a little bit differently than you normally do. Just notice that. Maybe you're allowing the breath to completely leave the body. Before succumbing to the next inflation. Maybe you're noticing a little twitch or pain somewhere. If that's the case, just allow the breath to go to that part of the body and support it. And then let it go. So tuning in to that part of the body, supporting it. Letting it go. Tuning in to that part of the body, supporting it, and letting it go. Reiki energy, we just ask that each individual who is taking part in this healing at this moment, in the exact time and space where they find themselves, that they might feel your love and light and support and nurture pulsating through every nerve, every muscle, every bone, every ion, every nucleus, every hair, every fingernail, every soul, every part of who they are. And we ask that they are able to tune in with their heart's desire. So if you know what it is, I bravely invite you to courageously speak it out loud. The deepest desire of my heart is my heart desires to. As I tune into my own unique energy, I discover that my heart is longing for. And now put those 1, 2, or 3 things into a sphere out in front of you. So the sphere could be floating in front of your face. This sphere with your heart's desires could be inside of your heart. It could be sitting with some weight and some heaviness on your belly. So again, your heart's desires are placed into this sphere. There's no right or wrong. You know that Reiki energy healing will only work if the heart's desires are in your highest good and will harm none in the process. So we don't have any worries about anything bad happening. Just the knowledge that if your heart's desires are in alignment with your higher self and with the universe's desires for you and for the planet, that there is no controversy, there is no pull, there is no dissonance, there is no argument. It's just a beautiful expression of divine love and light that gets to live in your vessel. So again, your heart's desire is in a sphere out in front of your eyes, or your heart's desire is in the physical heart space, or your heart's desire is sitting with some weight on your belly. Again, if you're brave enough, take some breaths that if there's another person in the room, they will hear you. In yoga, we call it Ujjayi breathing. And as we're breathing, we're expanding and contracting our heart's desire. And that expansion and contraction is mixing up the energy molecules within that sphere. And it's saying, hey, pay attention to me. Something is moving. Something is accelerating. Something is manifesting. Something is coming out of the dark and being presented in the light. Possibilities are speeding up. Dead desires and dreams are being pumped with heart energy, are being pumped with love, are being pumped with the true essence of oneness with your higher self and the possibility of bringing into your 3D reality or your 5D reality or both this deep desire of your heart. If there's a color, what color is it? If there's a temperature change, is it heating up? Is it cooling down? What does the quality of the air feel like around your desire? Are you inviting other people into your desire? Do you have a physical location in mind? Place yourself there as if the desire is happening right now in this moment. What are the emotions that accompany the manifestation of your heart's desire? What emotions are there? Look around. Who's there? What do they see? What do you see? If you're nervous about this visualization, we're asking Reiki energy healing to remove that fear and nervousness from your system. And we're asking for a pumping in of satisfaction, of courage, of being fully in the moment, unencumbered, uninhibited, and you being fully yourself as you step into this desire, this dream bubble. We're putting in the energy of graciousness. And if your desire involves another person or other people, let's place our own personal desire in our lap for a moment. In our lap for a moment, it's going to stay there. And we're expanding our view, expanding our sight through our third eye, through our physical eyes, to the other people, places, plants, animals that our desire might also positively affect. And we invite them into this energy for their highest good. Now, we're not going to dwell too much on the other, but just like I read at the beginning, the Reiki prayer, may this Reiki be for the good of all, the harm of none. So again, if our heart's desire involves other people, we want it to be for their highest good as well. And now pick up your own sphere and breathe the breath of light into it. Physically do it if you're brave enough. Physically breathe the breath of life into your heart's desire. Two more. One more. And then place that sphere over your head. Break the desire and let it flow through your crown and third eye and throat and heart, solar plexus, sacral and root, all the way down your feet. Let it become one with your physical vessel. Let it be integrated with your emotional vessel. Let it be integrated with your thinking mind and allowing your thinking mind to tune into new possibilities of magic and grace and dreams coming true. And now let that all vibe with your soul. Just as two heartbeats, when they're close enough, can sync up, You are syncing up with your desires. So stay in the moment with your desires, remembering what it feels like, what it tastes like, what it smells like, what it looks like, what the sounds are that surround it, and sit in confidence. With the manifestation and the truth of your desire. And now those of you that have lived long enough know that sometimes our heart's desire does in fact come to light, does in fact happen, again, does in fact manifest, but it manifests so differently from the way we thought it was going to. So we're also just putting in that intention of noticing and accepting our heart's desire, even if it looks differently than the image we just conjured up in our creative space. Noticing that our desires can come true even when they look differently than what we're seeing now. Why does that happen? Because for most of us, we can't vision something unless we've already seen it. And so our mind's eye can't even necessarily conjure up what it will actually look like, because we haven't seen it modeled. And what's going to happen is we are going to experience it for the first time in our own body, in our own mind, in our own soul. And oftentimes it looks so much more beautiful and expansive and amazing. We stand in awe when it happens because we couldn't have even asked for it, because we have no schema for what that would even look like. So Reiki energy healing, we're also asking that when the desire does come to light, whether that be tomorrow or 2 years from now, that we recognize the seed that was planted in today's energy healing and how we watered it and how we allowed the sun to shine on it and how it grew, perhaps completely differently than what we thought it was going to look like. And yet, so much better. Amen and namaste. If you want to sit with your sphere a little longer, of course I encourage you to do that. But if you're ready to end this meditation, I invite you to go ahead and just put that desire back into your heart space, back into your gut, your belly, and back into your thinking mind. And I invite you to say your own prayer of thanksgiving right now. And I invite you to wiggle a little bit, wake up your body a little bit, and just move on through the rest of your day in a space of knowing that it's on its way and in a space of gratitude that your heart's desire was probably placed there by your higher self. And the gratitude that you get to work with that energy to bring beauty, love, light, connection, and peace into the world is truly an honor. My name is Jennifer Hall. It is my honor to share free Reiki energy healing with you here on YouTube. And it is also my honor to work with you individually in my healing space, in person in Kansas City, or online from anywhere. I invite you to reach out and let's connect. Namaste until next time. May all love and light be yours today, tomorrow, and always.